Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
And I'm his wife, Deirdra Mobley.
And we sup like an ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose.
Lord.
Greetings, salutations, accolades, and blessings.
I don't understand why that was so hard. Sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes
it flows. Other time it just be tough. I don't know.
Why is it so hard for you, though?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a nice piece of cheesecake.
So my wife done...
It came to me in the wee hours of the morning.
My wife done found... So, I don't know if y'all remember the episode that we talked about, what is the mini wife?
Mm-hmm.
She done went and found the mini husband. I have not read this article yet because I've been busy all day.
Which is not good.
So I'm going to kind of flow with her because she done read it. I just read like 2 paragraphs and it sounds like it's still a mini wife, but I don't know.
I need you to do your homework the next time.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to detention.
Yes, ma'am.
When we get done.
You paddle at your school?
I do.
All right.
Where you want it at.
Tap.
You don't like me to paddle you.
It's quarter where you pat me at. Some places are off limits.
Like legit. So we had a conversation about what was told to us was that the mini wife episode, a lot of people was interested in it. I don't know why. Do you know why?
Probably because they were interested to know what it was.
Well, yeah. Once Allison told us about it a while ago when we shot that episode, we were kind of like, people just make up all kinds of stuff, like crazy stuff. And so as hubby was up getting ready for work this morning, I went to use the restroom, and on the way back to the bed, I don't know why this was on my mind. I ain't gonna lie. When I woke up, it wasn't on my mind. But by the time I got back to the bed, I was like, I wonder if they got many husbands. Well, they have a whole many husband syndrome. And so...
so I wonder why this one is so different. Because the mini wife was basically talking about the daughters.
Right. Of that, like in the role of being the
so if
the daddy's wife.
So the father and the daddy and the wife split, and then the daughter is like living with the husband primarily or not. They just take the role of being protective of their father and who and all. Right. So they're real particular about that. But the mini husband is way different.
It is, and it surprised me when I read it. And so it says the mini husband syndrome is a term used to describe a woman's tendency to take on the role of husband in her relationship.
Let's talk about it.
Often without realizing it. And so I didn't think that that's what this would be. I thought that it would be if the husband and wife split or whatever happened and there was a son. You know what I'm saying? And now he feels like he has to take on the role of being the husband duties, or of course not incest and all that stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Because in essence, that's what the mini wife was.
Yeah, so I thought that's what it was going to be too, because but that's more like mama boys. So I think a lot of mamas coddle
their sons as that if something happened with the husband or whatever.
They kind of pull the son in real close and put him in different situations that should be for a husband more than a child.
Mm-hmm.
And then what most of the time happens is when the son finds a girlfriend or marries, that it's harder for the mom to let go.
To realize that the husband needs to leave and cleave.
And she still feel like she need to be number one in his life, and now the wife is, and now it's almost like competing. Right. So I thought I was going to be all over this. But I just read like the first couple of paragraphs, and So this, I've never thought that this would be the
what it would be classified as. Yeah, labeled as. Yeah, but it's actually labeled as the mini husband syndrome. Is what it is. And so, listen, hey baby, because we didn't take the time to banter today. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Good. That's good to see you.
We've been working.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see y'all too. Great to see y'all when we see y'all.
Oh, I was about to say, you can see somebody?
Yeah, just like you said, when the last another episode when you said we could talk to them, if you were talking to them like they was live.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to insert this little funny right in here real quick, and then we'll jump right back to this. So last night,
Are you about to uncover me?
no, I'm not. It's not you.
Oh.
Last night, short story. One of the girls, the grandbabies was here, and so we were going up to bed. They went with us. So I'm thinking they're going to tell us the good night, and they going in their room to go to sleep. That didn't happen. So Bubba invites them to be in our bed.
I did not invite them.
Okay, well they got in the bed, and so
before I got in the bed, they was in the bed.
Okay, so so the three of them in the bed. He in his spot, they in the middle, a little bit on my side. So I'm thinking, okay, I get ready for bed. I'm coming in to get into bed, and I wasn't feeling my best, so I was ready to kiss them goodnight so they could go in the other room and watch TV. Well, they decided they wanted to lay in the bed with us. And so I said, okay, guys, it's time to go to sleep. Good night. And they was like, but no, we're not sleeping. We're not playing. We just want to lay in the bed. Bubba, yeah, baby, they're not, we're not asleep yet.
Oh, and then Angry Deirdra
that took on him co-signing them not getting out of my bed.
I was having conversations with them. They was asking me questions. I was asking them questions. And I always like it, but boy, sleepy Angry Deirdra came to that bed.
No, I was actually cramping. I needed my space.
She gave me a look like, Joker, if you don't get these jokers out this bed, y'all finna send you with them in the other room.
So what they did was scoot closer over to Johnny, and Tristan looks at me and says, see, Gigi, there go your spot right there.
Yep.
Okay, so I get in the bed and I lay down. And then they playing and giggling and low-key play fighting one another. And then I have to take a phone call. And so I said, okay, can y'all just be quiet while we need to take a call. Put the phone on speaker. They still in the middle of us playing, acting like I'm not on the phone. Okay, the call is over. I said, listen, y'all, I just need y'all to be quiet. Y'all just chill, right? So, pause right there. When we did the episode about the sleepy, angry Deirdra,
our grandson
said that on one of the episodes,
watches our podcast.
He watched the episode, and so a couple months ago, he came up to me and he showed it to me on YouTube. He said, so, you're sleepy, angry Deirdra? First of all, don't call me by my first name. He said, my bone here. Mama said, you sleepy, angry Deirdra. So, unpause, unpin. So last night, as I'm saying to them, I just need y'all to chill. If y'all won't stay in the bed, I just need y'all to chill. So
Tristan turns over.
No, it wasn't Tristan. Tristan is 8. Taj is 5. So Tristan was the one who was watching the YouTube, but Taj heard him saying it. So right after I say what I'm saying to them to chastise them to just chill out, Taj says, he's 5. He says, okay, sleepy, angry Deirdra. Get out my bed. And so they giggling. Needless to say, they didn't get out of our bed until much later. And he was the one who put them out eventually.
Yeah.
And so they said, okay, no, we promise we'll be good. Can we just lay on y'all floor? They got on the floor and they was arguing even more. And they finally settled down. The moral of the story is, the next time he talk up for them, he going in the room with them to watch TV. Okay. Unplug.
I don't know what house that's gonna be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said,
in this house right here.
Unplug it. Well, whatever. So back to the mini husband syndrome. Okay. So it says, okay, of course, the woman takes on the traditional male roles, right? Responsibilities in the relationship, such as being a primary breadwinner. She's making decisions.
Is that what that is? You see it?
No.
Am I seeing stuff again?
Is your hair dirty? I didn't see it when you did it.
My hair ain't dirty.
Oh, well, no.
I need to get Oh no. When I did like this, I saw a lot of like snow, and I was like, "What the?"
Oh, I didn't see it. Maybe it's
It
all
was
out.
gray hair. Or something.
Yeah. So she is the mini husband syndrome. She is the primary breadwinner, decision maker, head of the acting as
Stop
the
looking at me like that.
head of the household. Because he about to start with these glasses, y'all.
All
So
right, I'm all
listen,
right.
often. So get this, babe. Just take them off. Often, what it's saying is that she's not even aware that she's doing this, and then that causes tension and conflict in the relationship. And so it says, if you think you may be suffering from mini husband syndrome, then those are some of the characteristics of that happening. Which, if that's happening in a household where the husband is present, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he is handling his business, he may not earn as much as she makes, but wants to lead the family and all those things, then of course there's going to be tension because you, sis, are trying to, be in the role when that's the husband's responsibility. So
I think it's a lot more behind that though.
Of why she's
why that is the way it is, because if a marriage is set right, then a husband and wife know that it's a team effort. And what I would say is, if you made more money than me, then that would be me supporting you in your career to help you elevate for us. But a lot of this is not that.
You think it's the men not holding up their responsibility?
Yeah. I'm sure it's the husband and the wife getting together, and she making more money in the beginning, and she probably been taking care of herself for God knows how long, and paying all her bills and all this other stuff. So she's already has
functioning
stuff
in that place,
yeah,
in that role.
Now you her husband, but I mean you can't pay a light bill. You putting gas in the car and maybe paying some insurance, but she doing everything else. Then it's almost like,
I mean, I get what you're saying when you say there's more. Because to be honest, when we first got married, when you moved to where me and the girls, when we got the apartment, and I was like, listen, quit your job and come live with us. I'm working, we'll be fine. And so at that point, that was the only time I've made more money than you. Yeah. For those months when I worked and you were the main caregiver for the girls, until I got pregnant again. And then, I stopped working and you started working. Yeah. But even then, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was making, I was the breadwinner, but I wasn't, trying to make you feel less than or whatever.
We was in a team mode though.
Yeah.
Because the thing was to put all the girls in daycare was going to take all of somebody's check.
Yeah. Well, we tried that too, but it didn't work.
So what wound up happening is, for me to relocate to Hilton Head, you already was established there, so that's what we did. And when it was time, I was able to find a job, but somebody had to stay home with the kids. Yeah. So it was me. And I was perfectly fine with it.
He was. I should have left it like that and just let you be a house dad. You're so much better at being a house dad than I was being a house mom.
It is, well. No, I'm gonna say you
were.
Your relationship with the girls.
You were.
My thing is your relationship with the girls. I think it was very important that it happened the way it did, because I don't think our girls would have turned out if it was just me. If me and you were exactly the same, I don't think they would have turned out the way they did. Because just like I said before, you, and not in a bad way, you catered to their personality and where they were in life. And me, when they came on my side, it was everybody doing this at this time. We're going to pick everybody up here. You was more
y'all eating these beans and
everybody out
these beans and hot dogs,
everything
and whatever else I done mixed up in this pot. Y'all will eat it all.
And you would literally fix 4 meals, like something for the entire family. Me and 4 of the girls would eat, and then one of them might say they don't want that, and you would literally fix them something else. So I just think it was a comfortable place for them to develop into who they are, because a lot of times when kids are growing up, us as parents can put stuff on them that make them venture out to explore different things, to figure out stuff. Now, they still do that, but it's a difference between going out there and not feeling like you have your parents' support and guidance versus the parent not giving them nothing and they got to go out there and explore and find out everything by themselves.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's a lot different. They were in a comfortable space when they went out to explore. So comfortable that they would actually call us and tell us the foolishness they was doing, which I was very uncomfortable with that.
But you quickly became comfortable, not comfortable, but you understood that they were going to live life and have experiences.
Yeah.
Of course, we tried to, shield them from, some of the wrong stuff to do or stuff that we did that wasn't good for us or whatever that looked like. But you still understood, and the one thing that we said was we just encourage y'all to make good choices as best as you can, as often as you can.
And if you needed help, ask questions.
Right. And so they knew that they could talk to us about anything. And I do mean anything, respectfully. And so we respected them, they respected us, and the relationship is still growing and still blossoming to this day.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna get back to this. Here are some signs to look out for in the relationship for what is considered the characteristic of the mini husband syndrome. You're the primary breadwinner in the relationship. You make most of the major decisions in the relationship, which I said before. You're the one who usually takes care of the household chores and responsibilities. Well, what is he doing? Okay, I got a couple more. You often find yourself taking on a fatherly role, which not you being his daddy.
But that's basically what that is.
Oh, no. You often find yourself taking on a fatherly role with your partner, and you feel like you have to be the strong one in the relationship.
Now, some situations that is true. Other situations, they bump heads because the man wants to leave. And the wife won't allow that to happen because she feels, superior because of all the things that she's doing.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's why I said it's so many different situations how this can actually pan out. Some women get into that and they are the mini husband, and the husband is fine with that because all he want to do is
what he doing?
Drive, play some video games, and play with the kids, and they on the game, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
But as some men, I always say this: if you have a man who craves to lead the household, a lot of them don't know exactly what to do, but allow them to develop into who they need to be to lead. And it's so many different ways I can go with this.
Yeah.
A lot of women keep control of stuff because they got trust issues. They don't want to let stuff go. Some of it
is valid why they have the trust issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be from the marriage. It could be
from other relationships. From life circumstances.
I was poor when I was, with mom and daddy, and I'm here now, and I never do that again. And if you see any kind of residue or anything that looks like that, I don't care if it's in your husband, your kids, your mom, and your daddy, you will not go back that. And they hold up a strong wall in that. And sometimes I believe all women want to be led by their husband. I believe that. And when I say that, I'm not saying like lead as a boss, but lead as a leader. And then they undergird that. I believe that's how God created us. So when some women are in that situation or position, and some women are in that position not by choice. Some of the men not handling their business, they leave or do whatever, and then the wife has to take that role, and then once she takes that role, it's kind of tough. She don't trust.
If she meets somebody else
it's
who
tough.
is a leader who does or will do right by her,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Who can take care of the bills, take care of, taking out the trash and things around the house, and take care of her in every aspect. And because we've met a couple of people like that who don't know how to just be able to breathe, because you do have a good, solid man. For me, good God-fearing, solid man who is there in every aspect of being a leader in my household, which of course that's what you are. And so I bless the Lord for it, because I've seen people who don't have that, and they do want that. And they do crave that. Not, like you said, somebody to manipulate them or be the master over, but you're the leader. And I respect you in doing that. I respect you because I'm here to, like you said, I'm here to undergird you. Like I always tell you, the Lord ripped me.
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm all right.
Yeah, he did that. Y'all, this is a side note. One day, well, this is when I was still working out in the, I ain't about to job outside the house. And we were on the way to work that morning, and it wasn't funny, because we were literally having a conversation, and I don't know how we got to the point, but for me it was serious, because we started talking, and sometimes we would just fall into these deep conversations, and we were having one that morning, and I remember, I was like, pouring into you and telling you who the Lord says that you are. And we weren't play. This wasn't a playful conversation. It was literally, I was telling him like literally what the Lord was saying to me as who He was, and then who He was in my life, and the mere fact that this was ordained by God, and all these things or whatever. And so as I was pouring into him, I literally said, because the Lord snatched. And I think I grabbed you like real hard.
You did.
It's what.
You did. So whatever she was pouring in, I forgot about all that, and I was looking like, what was that?
But I'm telling y'all, I felt that thing in my spirit, in my bones.
Like,
but at the end of the day, like, some people, I will say this, some women, they say they don't want that, babe. They say they don't want that. I'm good all by myself. I don't need no man to do this. I don't need no man to do that. But I understand that that's because of what your experience has been.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that, because at the end of the day, I don't want to have to be hard and pay the bills and take the trash out and clean the house and raise the kids by myself and do all these things, especially if there's a man there, but I won't let him. Johnnie didn't know how to be a leader. At first, he didn't know how to lead a family. What man does know how to if he's never done it? He may have seen right, but you saw different things, and different things that you picked up from your dad, and all these things of how he worked hard for y'all, and how he always made sure that y'all were taken care of, and he opened the door for your mama, and he made sure that she was good, and he made sure that she didn't work if she didn't want to work, and he like legit was a leader in your house, right? Yeah. But you shared with some of the areas that he did struggle in.
Yeah.
Now of course, he's learned a lot from how Johnnie has communicated to him and given him another perspective. And so he's good on that. But at the end of the day, I never envisioned, myself as being this, I think the one thing that made me, that it did make me stronger, not that I wanted it to remain that way, but because when I remember the last time that you did leave, and remember what I did? I was like, nope, he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. I'm about to go get these bus tickets. I'm about to take care of my kids. You can just send their child support. Go on ahead now. Going on ahead. We only have one car. Take the car. Stay over at your mama's house because I'm good. Miss me because I'm good. Knowing that that's not really how I felt in my heart, but that pride make you do something else. And that's where I was.
Just like that. Every time we talk about something, she bring up this thing about me leaving.
No,
everything. This like the 14th time. Go back and look at the episodes. Every time she tell this whole story about the last time you left.
But we both talked about that because I too left. I left one time, And let me tell y'all how much of a punk I was. I left, and I know I done told this story, but I left y'all, and I was so mad at Johnny, and I went to the hotel, the motel with the door on the outside, right? Where you open the door and it be outside. Not the one where you walk in the hotel and you got to go up the elevator or whatever, and you come outside and you on the inside. The door was on the outside, y'all. And I locked the doors, and I was scared all night.
And then her grandmama told her.
I was scared all night, and y'all know what?
Ever leave?
He didn't call me. He didn't come looking for me. He didn't text me. He didn't tweet me. He didn't page me.
I don't even think cell phones was back then.
I don't care what it was. You did not come for me, Johnny.
Listen.
And that right there. However, we not parked there, y'all, because I'm bothering him. But at the end of the day, I'm saying that to say, you know, we've met ladies who's that has been their experiences. They've dealt with, you know, guys who unfortunately did not rise to the occasion, didn't treat them right, did, you know, not handle their business. And of course, like I said, there were times when, you know, you didn't know, and you may have bumped your head or, you know, made that mistake or whatever. But the one thing about you is that you didn't stay there. You got up. And you did it all over again. You know what I'm saying? You did it all over again. You did it all over again until you gain traction, until you begin to, you know, understand. And I think that mainly happened because the determination and your, you know, like the will that God gave you to be better. But I also think that happened. I was a part of it to say, babe, I know you ain't perfect, because I ain't perfect either. But we with you.
Yeah.
Because if you go off the cliff, boom, we going with you. And we gonna all get up together and follow you to the next one, to the next road or wherever we going.
And I can definitely, God gave me that will, but I saw that as far as working and making sure the bills are paid, that was one of the strong characteristics my daddy had.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
What Johnny Mobley Sr. didn't do is not have a job. He always had a job.
The man always had a job.
He always had a job where if his wife wanted to work, she can work. And if she didn't, it didn't matter because he had all the bills. And that's exactly how I do. That's exactly how I told my wife, you can work if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. I don't count your check in the bills. But if you bring home a check, you can pay that little bill right there and you pay that bill right there. And then we can save, or whatever the case is. But it's a lot of different reasons why women fall into the mini husband syndrome. I just never knew that's what it was. I don't know what I called it. Independent woman.
Well, we never knew that it was the mini husband syndrome. Yeah. And so we want to give y'all some more information. Of course, with everything we talk about, it gives us that everything that we talk about, there's always a way to have a conversation with your spouse. And it says, you know, men who are in this situation, or men and women who find themselves, that they can, you know, they can kind of be like, oh, that sounds a little bit like me. That there are, mostly it's by communicating, can the husband say to his wife, like, look at what's going on. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not okay with how this is happening, because I do want to lead our family. Yeah. And, you know, of course it says that only by communicating can you both openly try to find a solution to working this thing out. And basically it's about having, and to have this type of conversation requires I'm talking about openness and a communication and an honest communication, to be honest about feelings.
And a respect.
Yeah.
To listen. So right now we know a couple that's like that. That the husband supports the wife in her career and in the many things that she do, and now she makes more money than him, but it's not. She still allows him to lead. Mm-hmm. So it's a team effort. Mm-hmm. He supports her. And it's almost
and it's still
like
our
it's
this,
still our
this,
this, our that.
Yeah.
So it's not that way. But you know, a lot of women, like I said, I feel a lot of women are in that position for a lot of different reasons, from past trauma with relationships, and then when they get to the place that where they making the money that they want to make, and then they say the statement, "I don't need no man to do nothing for me," type deal. And yeah, y'all see how I said it. I don't believe that, but it's all right.
It's one of the origins of the many husband syndrome is wrapped around the fact that it says women have been socialized to believe that they should be able to do it all, and so when we can't, we feel like we're failing, and instead of asking for help, we often try to take on even more. And just by saying that, I remember there was a time when you would tell me, like, babe, you don't have to do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I can do this, that, and the other. You know, especially when it came to the girls.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it all by yourself. And so that's what rung that bell for me when, as I was just reading it, it says, as you said, it's not fair to our partners. They didn't sign up to be personal assistants. Because they said that's what some of the women treat the men like. They're their handyman or their personal assistant. And it says it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship. It says when we constantly expect our partners to bail us out, it can lead to resentment and even more resentment. So what can you do about it? Again, take a step back, and as Johnny stated at the beginning of the episode, it's normally rooted in something.
Yeah.
Why her behavior is what it is now, be it how she was raised, maybe the past relationships weren't that, the men weren't that dependable, and so she, has now developed this attitude of I got to do it or it won't get done. When you clearly have a man who's here to love you and support you and help you.
Yeah.
And so that can be one thing, or just a matter of, like I said, that's what you're used to doing because that's what you've had to be for so long.
And a lot of that, a lot of that stem from something, like I said, it's a lot of different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of women who are like that because they saw their mama like that.
Yeah,
they saw their grandmama like that.
Yeah,
they saw all that. So grandmama, great grandmama, mama, everybody was independent, strong women.
Mm-hmm.
And the strong woman, I got me a strong woman. The stronger they come. So I'm good. But she still allows me to lead. She still allows me to cast vision. She still allows me to point us in the right direction, to guide. And I allowed her to also give advice, suggest stuff, lead as well in certain different areas because she has her strengths as well as I do, and then we both have flaws. So we use our strengths to build up the legacy to move forward. So that's not the issue, but I know if I had to say the strongest root of this would be, it's a generational thing. The mama, the grandmama, everybody was strong women, independent. They did their own thing. They didn't need no man. And that's pretty much the seed that was sowed all the way up to now. Now you wondering why you can't get a man or keep a man or whatever. I don't need no man. Yeah, all that right there. I wanted to say some other stuff, but
it's a lot. But at the end of the day, you have to, just as we talk about other topics and stuff like that, you have to embrace whatever it is that you're dealing with, acknowledge it, have the conversation about it, and share with your spouse in a respectful way, both ways. This is how I'm feeling because this is what the pattern has become. I don't know if you're noticing it or not, but it's more like, we might be roommates or, I'm your handyman or, I'm your personal assistant, and I'm not feeling respected.
Or I'm your feel-good man. So that's the best way I can put it.
That could be it too.
So he come in and he make me feel good, but he ain't good at nothing else.
Yeah, just talk about the conversation. Have the conversation and think about it as, okay, so what is this relationship really about? What am I really doing in this relationship? Because you could have just had an assistant or a handyman without being married.
Yeah.
Truth be told.
A marriage like that, like literally the best way I can put it, need to be disassembled, like broken all the way down and then rebuild back up. That's the only way that can happen. And it'll probably be a huge task to do, because if a woman is like that and she's been like that for so long, regardless of where it came from, and she has it, the last thing she gonna want to do is let that stuff go. Mm-hmm. And then she needs a strong man. And when I say strong, strong man in your life to lead and have a vision and have something that you're working towards, so she can undergird you. You know, not just a job, but just vision on doing something. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like Deirdra said, I didn't know how to lead in the beginning, but the simple fact that she, at some point in our relationship, said, okay, go ahead, we'll follow you. That's basically what she said. Go on out there, we right behind you. So I had to pull on resources. I had to pray. I had to get guidance from other men who did stuff. I had to pull from resources. I had to get equipped. So the more I did it, then I was able to custom make it for my family and then grow strong in it. Yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, that's about the only way you can do it. You can get a basic ingredient on how to do it.
Yeah.
But
a basic template.
Yeah, but
you got to
once
walk
you
it
got
out.
a wife who ain't had that, who think different, then you got all these kids who think different and want to do different things, and God forbid they got some kind of, you know, disability, you know, whatever that is, then that's more stuff you have to learn, and it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But the one thing that me and my wife always remind each other of is, when I'm doing something and it's hitting me and it's all coming in a lot, I got somebody who can help me. So I ain't got to just be like, I got to do all this by myself. You know, I don't express nothing to her. I'm going to try to handle it. I'll be like, hey, this is what we got. What can you pick up? She said, well, give me this, this, and this. Cool. You do that. I got this. We'll knock it out. And then we move on. The part where it hurts at is when you don't communicate.
Yeah.
And then you think you have to do it all by yourself.
All by yourself. Been there, done that.
Or you're in your mind thinking something that the other person's supposed to do, and they're not doing it, but you never told them. So you growing apart. It's not there no more. I don't love them. And with the divorce,
irreconcilable differences. He can't stand that word, y'all. That phrase, he can't stand it.
It's not even a... It's amazing how stuff happen in the world.
Well, the people say they can't reconcile the differences, listen, Johnny.
It's amazing how stuff happen in the world, and when it formulates, they put a title on it, and then they make a description of it, and that's basically how you get something. Can't stand it. That ain't how stuff supposed to work.
They were unable. The people are saying that they can't reconcile their differences.
It's supposed to be a thought about thing, and then they put it out in totality as a whole. Not.
I think that's the name that they put on it, because they probably can't go and put on the divorce, you know, the petition for divorce that, you know, he wasn't willing to change, or I wasn't willing to change, or we were moving in two totally different ways, and so we just couldn't agree on anything.
Why they can't put that?
I don't know. I ain't never had filled out a divorce.
I'm gonna ask.
Petition for divorce.
We gonna need to ask a lawyer.
Do you think they got a list that they pick from of what's the reason? Because that seems to be a lot of reasons on a lot of people.
A simple way to say it, with a lot of stuff that's going on. So instead of listing all the stuff,
that's what I'm saying.
They just got a miscellaneous.
That's the name for it. Irreconcilable differences. We couldn't reconcile our differences. Period. And that's sad, because a lot of people, and I won't say this for everybody, but I do see a lot of people have divorce on the table.
It's an option.
Like, they keep it as an option on the table, just in case this thing don't work out. We can go and get a divorce. And you listen. If somebody is tagging your tail, of course we ain't gonna say stay. Never, ever.
Oh, you say tag like
tagging.
hitting?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
You lost me for a minute.
Yeah.
Tagging your tail. My mind went to something else.
Don't tell them that. Okay, and so I'm talking about, of course, abuse, not not pleasure tagging. But
Tagging that
because
tail.
y'all know he go there quick. And so
he tagging my tail.
But and it's not for everybody. We ain't just down or browbeating everybody who gets a divorce. But at the end of the day, some people give up too easy. I feel like because especially when you get married at a young age, the people you do change. You do evolve. I'd like to say evolve. You evolve, and it's you understanding that the person is evolving, and prayerfully it's for better and not worse. Again, every marriage has its own dynamics and points and all these things that come into play, and no one marriage is the same. But it's like I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day and at the beginning of the next, we built the last, baby.
Yeah.
Because divorce is not an option.
It's not.
We in this until what?
I feel like threatened.
We in this until what? You need help?
I'm scared.
You're not scared.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Say it. We in this until what?
Death do us part.
Death parts us.
She's so scary sometimes.
No, not. I was just saying, like, come on, man. Come on.
But it's true. Some people...
He stayed out till 3 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm going to divorce him now. Well, that was the first time he stayed out till 3. And did y'all talk about expectations or boundaries or just whatever that looked like? Did you talk about it? But was he mad and ready to divorce you when you stayed out till 3 o'clock with your own girls the other night? I don't know who I'm talking to, but if I'm talking to you, it's for you. So take it, sis. But anyway, no, I could be on a tangent about it. I'm just saying, but because there's sometimes you be going on your tangents too now.
But you took a hard left and then you just shot off. I couldn't catch you.
Okay, I'm back. But for let me tell y'all where we got this information from, because we got to quote it. It's actually from Step Parent Magazine .com. If y'all
knew,
I know, right? If y'all know
you did
this,
research on them people, they're legitimate.
You know what? You so crazy. If y'all know that this is something that y'all dealing with, like for real, take the time to look in the mirror and what they say, have a conversation with the woman or the man in the mirror. Because if it's you, the woman who has now taken on these have these characteristics, and if you're the man on the other end of that, either way, this could be anybody. Just understand, try to back up and say, okay, is this what I'm doing, or is this how I'm acting? Self reflections. It takes that self correction to say, hey, I'm acting kind of bossy, or I'm saying things kind of crazy to my husband, or now I'm acting like I'm the leader, but just because I got a raise on my job, or
they ain't about to do that.
Just whatever. I'm telling you, it's gonna be necessary, or there will be a clashing of the two, especially for a man who knows how to be a leader and is a good person, and for whatever reason, this is coming out of the woman because of past things that she may have gone through. That's why it's important to get premarital counseling too, y'all. Yeah. I'm just going to tell y'all that.
Tell them where they can get it at.
With us, info at momentswiththemobleys.com, we are certified SYMBIS facilitators. That's saving your marriage before it starts. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, we can help with that.
She ain't playing about that.
No, I'm not playing about that. I'm playing about the way that I said it.
So,
but yeah, you just gotta, if you didn't get it and you find counseling to really find out about each other and your languages and from parenting style to finances to how you deal with one another, what that would look like for you if there was a time in the marriage where you're earning more than him, and now would you get this big complex? You know what I'm saying? Like, Joker, I earn more money than you, so go in there and take that trash out. And while you at it, wash some dishes. And go get them kids their bath. And the dog bowl need to be changed. He needs some more dog food and some water.
You know who she talking to.
Shoot. And them sheets need to be washed. Because they've been on the bed for too long.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna get Sophia to come in here and do
And can you clean that trash can outside, the big trash can outside?
Because you make a lot of money, so we got a live-in maid. Sophia, did you hear what she told me?
Who eventually your husband gonna be talking to, because she gonna get tired of you bossing him around, and Sophia will be there to listen. But we ain't gonna even talk about that part of it.
Anyway,
so we're done.
The last thing I want to add, if you are the person that's saying, I've tried to let him lead and it didn't work, we talking to you.
Yeah, because the same that I say about him having to learn how to lead, I had to learn how to be a wife. I had never done it. We didn't have premarital counseling. That's all.
You was real chatty today.
Well, you said you didn't read it, so I was trying to make sure that I gave enough information so you could.
But I read the
you could grab on.
I read the little first couple of paragraphs, and it wasn't what I thought it was. But you
could grab me.
I could just read a little bit, and then what?
Go ahead.
What? I don't understand what's happening.
Go ahead. I gave enough.
I could grab a little bit.
Yeah, I gave enough, and then you grab a hold, and you came on. Yes.
I can develop the stuff. That's the type of
you do your hands like that. That makes me think.
I can develop.
No, stuff. that ain't a good posture right there.
Develop.
Come on, we done. All things Mobleys, www.momentswiththemobleys.com. We are on social media. All things Mobleys is Moments with the Mobleys, except for on Twitter. We even on Thread now too, y'all. But on Twitter, we're Mobley Moments. Right, Mo?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was trying to get my mind together, huh?
Oh, sorry. It's not Twitter. It's X now. Okay.
What happened?
New name. X.
It's not Twitter. It's X?
Mm-hmm. Whatever that means. Yeah. So on X, we're
so glad we got
formerly known as Twitter. We're Mobley Moments.
I'm so glad we got a media team.
Because I don't understand.
Because we'd have probably still been sending stuff on Instagram and wondering
why
we Twitter back.
Right. We on Twitter as we like Twitter anything no more.
All right, y'all.
So I just want y'all to know before we get off here for tonight, it is my birth month. Today's August 1st. Happy August. Well, when y'all see this, it won't be the 1st. But happy August to me.
Happy birthday?
Yeah, August to me. I'm celebrating the whole month.
Say happy August.
Happy August, y'all. Happy birthday to me already.
All right. I think she drank some caffeine this morning.
I didn't.
Chatty.
Didn't have my caramel macchiato. Didn't have my sweet cream. Didn't have my decaf coffee, so I drank water.
Oh. All right, I'm going to go now because she's looking off in the days. I don't know what that's about. But
we did have a lunch meeting before we came to record.
Stop.
And I had some she crab soup. Somebody crabs chowder. It was good too.
All right. I'm going to end this now before she starts talking about something else because she real chatty today.
I just wanted to tell y'all about my soup.
So, if you have any questions, reach out to us. Like my wife said, info@momentswiththemoblies.com. Ask any questions you have for us. And we're answering them the best of our ability. This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am Johnnie Mobley Jr.
I'm his wife, Deirdra.
And who you are? She said she don't know who she is.
She's the lady recording.
That's Allison Meadows. I should turn the camera around so y'all can see her. And this has been Moments with the Mobleys. Did I say that already? This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr. Say it.
Who I am, Johnny.
And this is my wife, beautiful wife, Deirdra. And we something like an ordinary couple with extraordinary purpose. Peace out, y'all.
Night, night.